I'm here today to support the Movement for Justice campaign for the release of detainees and also for the closure of detention centers. Imagine people being locked up here for over 2 years. There's no justification for them being locked up, So it's not a crime to seek refuge in the UK. So why are they being treated like criminals?
I'm here with a group called Sisters Uncut. We're campaigning to end cuts to domestic violence services, but we also believe that there's a link between state violence and interpersonal violence. We recognise that a lot of the women in Yarl's Wood have been the victims of torture, sexual abuse, both in their home countries and here in Yarl's Wood, with male guards watching them whilst they shower, male guards assaulting them, and with no access to justice.
What do we want? Freedom! When do we want? Now! What do we want? Freedom! When do we want? Now! Freedom now! Freedom now! Freedom now! Freedom now! Freedom now! Freedom now!
I'm an asylum seeker, and the journey is a bumpy ride. At least I got the chance to be out there, to be able to free and talk to friends and all. But people that are locked in the detention centre, it's really hard for them. It's like basically a prison, even though we were in the same situation, but they're in a harder situation, and I came in here today to give them that more support.
In the last 2 months since the last time we were here, the people in Yarl's Wood have been fighting and raising the level of their struggle. The people in Yarl's Wood have been putting on T-shirts that they've written, "We want freedom. We are not animals. We are human beings." That is a message to Serco, to the Home Office, to the border agents, to the government. We will not keep your abusive secrets from you. We will expose you.
I came here because in Britain, migrants and asylum seekers are criminalized, and they shouldn't be. They're put in detention centers like prisoners and treated like the scum of the earth and like the source of all of Britain's economic problems. So we're here to eliminate that discourse and say that migration is beautiful.
I'm here today to shut down the Yarl's Wood and all the detention centers in the UK. They should be shut down because this is not very good for human rights. I've been detained in 25th of June from Loughborough Deporting Centre, and they kept me over one night. They locked me the room from the outside, which was very scary. And there was no window in the room, and there was no ventilation. I feel suffocated. I thought I'd maybe die here. And I was crying. I was on my own. So I can feel the pain of these people who are in detention centers.
The women who are in detention are facing trauma because the way they are being treated as if they are criminals, and yet they came here for protection, not to be mistreated or tortured.
When I was coming here, I realized how far away from London, and I thought how they must felt when they were taken here. So irrational and so inhuman. And I think we all humans have the right to have a life and to move around whatever country you think is better for you. I cannot understand that people are locked up and being considered illegal just because they're coming from countries where they have no safety, no an economy, and they're ending in the detention center. So it's impossible to accept it.
I think a lot of folks are here because Yarl's Wood needs to be shut down along with all detention centres. We need to free all political prisoners, and I consider the women of Yarl's Wood political prisoners.
racist system. It is just an excuse of scapegoating for immigration. We have the right to live free. We all have a right to survive. We all have a right to health care. We all have a right for peace and freedom. Why can this system stop? It is time for it to stop. And we are fighting very hard in this detention so that all these kind of systems should stop. We are so glad for the protest. We are very glad that the turn-up is greater every time. And we are going to continue fighting and fighting until this system stops. This is how much I have to say. But the women here are really, really empowered. They are empowered by you coming. They feel very overwhelmed. Their spirit is high. We are so motivated. The officers are so scared of us. They are fearing. They are trying to intimidate us. They are trying to bully us. But we have said no. It is our right to fight. It is our right to stand up for our voices. We are fighting for the justice of this system. We are fighting for our voices to be heard. This is time to fight. It is never going to stop until it stops. Until it stops. Justice enough.
We want Yazoo to close. We want Yazoo to close.